Hello, hello. Welcome to Hometown Advantage, your go-to podcast for everything meta ads, scaling your business, local specific strategies, and online, because while I specialize in local specific businesses, I am running and scaling an online business myself. So I just like to come share what I've been seeing, share what's working, share the myths and the things that people a lot of times get wrong with meta ads, and share my own experience as a business owner, a mom, a wife, someone who wants to make a lot of money, have a lot of fun, and help a lot of people. So I'm really excited for today's episode because my membership launched a month ago, and I'm going to do a little recap of how it all went down. So if you're new here, I have been running a group program called Hometown Advantage for the past 2 years. I had over 200 people come through that program, and so many people get such great results. But I decided it was time to have a little change in as far as my offer lineup. So I really felt like I was stuck in this middle ground with this mid-ticket program. It cost around $1,800. And I didn't have anywhere to go besides my Done For You agency, which I do have. We do run ads for clients in the 7-figure range. I didn't have anywhere to go that was a higher level offer because I was giving my group program members everything I had, or anything entry level to bring people in at, because I do feel like with ads, you need the full picture, right? So I decided to just change the group program to a membership. I also wanted to pull back on some deliverables for personal reasons, to focus on other things in the business, lots of fun things to come. All in all, I have such an entrepreneurial spirit, and I want to experience different things, even the lows, the highs, the lows, all of it in between, so that I can use that to grow myself, my business, my family, and other people's businesses as well. So basically, I said, let's try it. Let's try changing up the offer altogether. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to give it the best I got. I can always go back if I decide this is not the best model for me or my clients. So to do that, I ended up just stopping taking sales for the group program, still finishing out the group program for everyone who was in it, of course, but started warming up my audience, so my email list and my social media followers, by telling them a change is coming and I am changing this, and bringing them behind the scenes as to the why and why it will be so great for them and what it will make possible. Okay. In that time I was warming up, we were actually physically moving the program to a separate platform. So it actually worked well because I could talk about and get people excited about the membership while we were actually making the back end changes that needed to be made. We were doing all that, and we were announcing a date that it would be open. So whenever you're going to do a launch like this, I highly, highly recommend doing some sort of warm up like this, so that you're not just bringing an offer to market that people have never heard of, they're not familiar with, and then you're wondering why not as many people buy it as you wanted. It's because people need time. They need to see the behind the scenes. They need time to know it's coming. They need time to get excited. So if you can hold off on opening the cart and you can do that stage first, it's always a great strategy. So that's what we did. And then we opened up the cart and said, okay, all our back-end tech was ready to go. It's live. Go ahead and join. And we promoted joining for about 2 weeks' time. And we had some limited time offers going. So if you signed up for the 6-month option, we were offering a limited time offer of getting your entire ad account set up by me and my team. So that was ending at the end of the 2 weeks. And then we were also hosting what I call a live launch sprint for everyone that joined, whether you joined on the 6-month option or just the month-to-month option, which meant if you were in the program by that time, you got to participate and access the replays to the live launch sprint where I got on Zoom and I walked every single person through step by step from scratch, how to create their first ads, how to set them up in Ad Manager, how to write the copy, how to launch them in 3 days' time. So when that cart closed, or when the live launch sprint kicked off, we ended up having around 30 people inside the membership. That was such a great result, in my opinion. It was a brand new offer. I don't have the numbers right on me to know if for sure what the percentage was between the 6-month option and the 99, but they were pretty close, I think, 50-50. Maybe more like 40-60, as far as 40% took 6 months, 60% took the month to month. But it did really well. I made around $10,000 cash collected, and it doesn't include the recurring payments that people will pay in the month-to-month option. I have been thinking about this nonstop and how valuable my work and time and money has been over the past 2 years in growing my audience and my community. Because I didn't run any ads for this launch. I just tapped into my existing email list, my existing followers, launched a new offer, 30 people bought. Now, it's not like brand new, right? It's just a different version of an old offer. And it really has me thinking a lot about how much more time and money I should be investing in continuing to grow my email list and grow my audience with aligned people, so that whenever I do want some flexibility, or I want to launch a new offer, or hey, I need a cash injection, like let's take on a new done for you client or what have you, I have a bank I can tap into right on tap, right? I don't have to wonder, how am I going to make this happen? I can make it happen because I have the resources. I have the people on my side. I think that's huge. And it's really setting in after this experience. Honestly, might be changing my tune a little bit, even for my local people, on how important having these followers and audience members are when it comes to selling. So anyways, we hosted the live launch sprint. It was amazing. And then we've been running ads and continuing to promote the membership through a webinar funnel. And now we're up to 52 members, which is really exciting. The webinar funnel has been a slow and steady process, but it's definitely working. And there's definitely a lot more I can do to optimize it. A lot more ads I need to test. So I'm thinking that'll be a different episode. But the ads are converting and it's been a lot of fun. So what's happening inside the membership? If you're not in it, this is what you're missing out on. First of all, I have a couple of insane I want to share. I'm literally going to pull them up on my computer so that I can read exactly what people are writing. First of all, my client Alexis, she owns a hair extension salon. She sells high ticket hair extension services. And her recent post says, "I must say my one regret is not joining this community sooner. I've been running local follower ads for 1 week and I'm mind blown." So she's running the first ad that I teach inside the program. And it's actually the one that we did the live launch sprint together. And this is a very common ad a lot of people run, but the way we actually create the content is really important for actually getting conversions of clients. The thing about ads is that no matter what you create, it could be bad, it could be good, you're going to get in front of people because that's what you're paying for. So you have to be strategic about what you're putting in front of people if you actually want those viewers to turn into clients. She said, aside from a huge increase in engagement and 81 new followers, I've closed 2 appointments for $1,700 services. Previously, I was running lead generation ads to a cold audience, which were ran by a marketing agency, and it was $240 cost per lead. Mind you, getting the leads to actually show up or convert was like pulling teeth. So far, I've had a 90% show rate, and they're all coming in pre-sold and pretty much ready to move forward. I'm super excited to get my other campaigns up and running. I was not at all expecting these types of results so early on. I freaking love it. And I know exactly why this is happening. It is because of the type of content that we're putting out, and it's also the level of visibility that these types of ads in particular are able to get you for smaller cost. Okay, it's in the weeds, but the more you ask for from someone when you're putting an ad out to them, the more it's going to cost you to get in front of, let's say, 1,000 people. So if you want someone to get out their credit card and buy something straight from your ad, click on the ad, credit card, buy, it's going to cost a lot more money to get in front of 1,000 people than it's going to cost to get in front of 1,000 people just for them to come visit your Instagram profile. And the visiting of the Instagram or the Facebook profile is huge, because if you optimize your profile correctly, you can bust objections, you can answer questions, pre-qualify people just by them going through your feed. And I teach you exactly how to do that, of course, inside of the program. Okay, another exciting win was from my client, Brennan. He just recently opened a physical therapy practice, like a month ago, 2 months ago. He said, I published ads yesterday at 1 p.m. By the afternoon, I already had a few new followers, and he's running these at $8 a day as his budget. And today, one of those new followers came in as a new patient. He actually has submitted an ad review since this post and said that he's had 2 people come in and getting lots of leads and buzz happening that he hasn't experienced yet since opening. Again, same deal. What we're saying, and Brennan participated in the live launch sprint, and he got to get a lot of feedback from me on exactly what to say in his copy and things to avoid saying, to avoid bringing in the wrong person. But we're saying the right things and we're getting in front of a lot of people, which is really helpful for that visibility piece. All right, last one I promise that I just have to share is my client Courtney. She owns a custom bathroom vanities, a brick and mortar store. She says her ads are working so well. She's had over 14,000 views, gained 100 plus new followers, and she's seen a noticeable increase in text and phone inquiries. Again, she's launched one ad. I don't remember exactly what her budget is at. I believe it's under $20 a day, possibly under $20 a day. But just like all businesses, she needed the visibility because the people are out there who need and want what you have. But if they don't know you exist, they cannot buy from you. Therefore, the best service providers, the best people with the best custom bathroom vanities aren't the ones who actually win in business. It's the people who know how to market and actually sell their product to the masses, right? Okay, so I just wanted to give that rundown. We have answered countless questions in the community already. Lots of tech questions, lots of tech bugs, because we know Ads Manager is a huge pain in the butt. So we're always here to answer those. We're here to give feedback on offers and ideas for your ads. We have provided 16 ad data audits. So that's where once your ad has been running for 7 days, we can get the data, we can look at your ads, and we can give you direct feedback on where we would go next and how we would optimize your ad spend there. So for example, one of our clients is a social media manager for an esthetician. She got really good feedback on the messaging in her ad and how it's actually speaking to probably the wrong person that they're looking to call in. Another client put in her data, and we got to share with her that she should turn off one of her ads because it was overspending and really not working. Some people are putting in their audits and we're saying, this looks amazing. Go ahead and move on to the next ad or test something new just to see if you can beat the results. But other than that, keep it running. Members also get their monthly post prompts. They've gotten them for June. They're coming in July in the next day or so. And I'm really excited for the months to come because in August, we are going to be hosting profile audits. So we're going to go to your Facebook and Instagram page and give you a full rundown on exactly what we would do to optimize your page to make sure that you're not losing people when they come to your pages. We're also going to be hosting a live training and group coaching session where I'm going to show you examples of good ads and bad ads and point out what makes good ads good and what makes bad ads bad so that you know exactly what to avoid in your ads and exactly what to make sure you incorporate in your ads with the visual examples. And also, we're going to be launching some new Ready, Set, Launch spaces. So Ready, Set, Launch is our 7-day ad intensive where you come in, you give us all the information about your business, and then we create and launch your ads for you within 1 week. So you get to skip doing the reels, doing the carousels, doing the graphics, writing the copy, building it in Ads Manager, making all of those tiny decisions that come along the way, and have our expert ad managers do it all for you. Plus, you get one-to-one coaching access to our ads managers and me for the month following your ad launch. Those are only going to be available to members inside of the community. And of course, spots are limited because each ad manager can only take one a week. They focus completely on you and your ad launch for that week. And we only have a couple ad managers that are available each week. So spots are limited there. If you're going to be interested in that, make sure you join the community in time for when we launch those again, mid-August. Okay, I had so much fun reflecting. I'm excited to come back here hopefully in 6 months' time and be reporting on hundreds and hundreds of members inside the community and hundreds of wins and fun things happening. If you have any questions about the program, please feel free to send us an email, support@NicoleEldridgeMedia.com, or send me a DM on Instagram, NicoleEldridge_ads, and I will talk to you soon.